Do you do anything that's superstitious? Superstitions are very popular, they're very common, but they're not that healthy. In fact, hopefully throughout the course of this video, you're gonna make some decisions to get rid of some superstitions. And again, thank you for all your comments, the emails, the messages that we received. This is a topic that again is very popular. We wanna dive into this. Now, first of all, I was a soccer goalkeeper, played sports my entire life, played in college and after college, and I've got to say, before I decided to follow Jesus, I was superstitious. I started to think that if I do the same thing, maybe it was a pregame ritual, or if I eat certain foods, or even if I slept with my soccer ball the night before in my bed, that I was having control of the results of the game, that all these things gave me an edge. And really, when you boil it down, it was just superstition. And I played with friends and teammates that would not wash certain parts of their clothes or have the same sweatband. And they would do things, whether it was tape on a stick or whatever they wanted to put together, and they would talk about their superstitions, what's working and how it's creating a better performance on the field. Even fans do this today. You watch, it's kind of funny. People watching a game saying, I need to sit in this spot on the couch. Or, when I get up, the team starts to lose. I've got to have these friends watching with me. I've got to have this jersey on. It could be something like in a sports context where someone's made a lot of free throws in a row and the announcer says, well, look how many free throws they've made, and then they miss the next one. And everyone concludes, oh, you jinxed them when you said that. Well, I gotta let you know, the free throw shooter didn't even hear the announcer. That had nothing to do with missing the free throw. But a lot of people start talking about jinxing. You can really jinx things if you mention it. And followers of Jesus today, you hear them say a lot of things that are just pure superstition. I remember when I was a little kid, someone gave me a rabbit's foot and said, this is good luck. And I thought, oh, maybe this is good luck. It wasn't good for the rabbit apparently, but is this really good luck? And I kept that rabbit's foot. Well, a lot of people today talk about luck. Other people say, knock on wood. Knocking on wood isn't gonna change any results. Or I've got my fingers crossed. That's another one that's popular. There's a whole bunch of options when it comes to superstition. Now let's take it up a level, and these are things that are even darker. Well, what about horoscopes? Do they come from the Lord? Astrology? No, they don't. What about tarot cards, magic? Does that come from the Lord? No, it doesn't. What about psychics? So many people today are turning to witchcraft, and it's become almost, in the world's eyes, kind of a playful thing to say, oh, I'm a witch and spells and this witchcraft that I've just gotten into, I think it's so great and you have so much power with it. Superstition is so common in our culture on so many levels that you might be doing a lot of it and never thought about it as superstition. Now, for some people, it's kind of a blind spot. For other people, it's something they're intentionally doing. And you can think through your own superstitions and where you put your trust, because ultimately superstition is about trust and control. Now, there's a word called idolatry, which simply means a substitute for God. And when we dive into superstitions, what we're saying is, God, I'm not really trusting you, so I think I'm going to take matters into my own hands and set this up. There was a story in the Bible where Moses went up for the 10 Commandments, and the people were feeling insecure. The people wanted control. They wanted maybe a God they could see and touch. And so they took their earrings or jewelry, they put it in, formed this golden calf, and then they felt like, yeah, now we feel good again. Now we've got some control. And even Aaron, who was in charge, came up with a lame excuse, and he said, I don't know what happened. The people they gave me their jewelry, I put it in the fire, and out popped a golden calf. And we have all kinds of excuses when it comes to superstition, but ultimately we've replaced our trust in God with some substitute, and that's called idolatry. So what can we do when there's superstition in our life? First, we can take inventory and say, am I really trusting anything else? Any kind of form of fingers crossed, knock on wood, luck, is there anything going on in my life right here that really isn't from God? And maybe it is horoscopes. Maybe it is magic. Maybe you're going to see a psychic. I don't know what all is entailed, but I know these things are common and popular. And what do we do with that? We return to Jesus. Say, Jesus, I want to put my trust in you. I want to trust that you are the living God. You have all power. You are perfect in your leadership, your love, your guidance. I want to draw near to you. And underneath the superstition a lot of times is that we're trying to drive control. It's fear and it's control. And out of those motives, we turn to something that seems tangible right here, right now, that gives us an illusion. So my encouragement to you today is don't settle for illusions. Don't talk about things that ultimately aren't helpful, but they're destructive. Don't substitute those things for God in your life, because if you turn to God fully with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength, God is going to guide you. God is going to give you really abundant life. This real life you're going to live, it's going to have peace and joy. It's going to be based in truth and what's healthy. And superstition is a popular way to push God out of the way and find a replacement. So this is a little more direct and intense, a lot of specific examples. But again, we love to answer your questions and really encourage you to turn to God, and any barriers that are preventing you from closeness with God, get them out of the way so you can have the fullness of God in your life. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. It would really mean a lot to our team if you subscribe for future content. Also, smash that like button and share it with a friend. Thanks again for watching.